Peace and blessings. My name is Trinity, and on this channel I talk about my journey through African spirituality and self-improvement. Today we got another business topic, another finance topic of credit, right? Personal credit, to be able to leverage that money for our creative endeavors, right? Having a good credit profile is essential if we want financial freedom, right? That's like the basics of the financial world as I've come to understand. So what composes your credit profile? What composes your credit report? 35%, the biggest thing in your credit report is going to be on-time payments, right? If you're going to use this credit card, if you're going to use this line of credit, this loan, make sure that you're paying it on time, because that is the most important thing. 30% of your report, or the second most important thing, is going to be your credit utilization, right? So this means how much of your credit line are you using? We probably all have heard of the term maxed out cards, or I max my card out, right? So this means if I got $1,000 card, right? Credit card with $1,000 limit, that means I've spent the whole $1,000. So what that means is that my credit utilization on that card is at 100%, right? You ideally want to keep your utilization under 30%, but under 10 is optimal, right? So in that same example, if we have this $1,000 card, it would be best to only use or only have $100 used on it, right? 10%. Next thing is going to be your length of credit history. This area is 15% of your credit report. It takes the average age of all the accounts that you have, right? It's a good idea to start building credit early so that by the time, we're in our 20s and mid 20s, 30s, we have like a good 8 to 10 years of credit history on our oldest account, right? Credit mix is 10% of your credit report. Basically what this means is different types of accounts, right? So a credit card is a type of account, a loan is a type of account, a car payment can be a type of account, a mortgage can be a type of account. It's good to have a mix of different types of accounts. And the last 10% of your credit report has to do with credit inquiries, right? So how many times are you going out seeking credit, right? When you're going to an institution, maybe a car dealership, or maybe, a apartment, maybe to a bank where you're asking for money, or they do a hard pull on your credit report, that's going to show up as an inquiry. So just be mindful of how many of those that you are getting within about the span of 6 months, right? So most important thing is paying your stuff on time. Second most important thing is not using up all of what you have. Third most important thing is the age of your credit history. Then we have credit mix. How many different types of accounts do you have? And credit inquiries. How many accounts are you applying for? Right? And all those things make up your credit report, and that generates a score, right? But what's really important is having a good profile, right? Some people with good scores, like at one point, I had like a 750 or something like that. I had a very good score, but I didn't have anything on my credit report. I didn't have anything on my credit profile besides one, $1,000 card. So that's a thin credit report, and not really a profile that will allow me to go get access to the type of capital that can free me up to take advantage of the opportunities that I want to, right? So your credit profile is important, right? So for example, a person with a 720 with one credit card versus a person that has a 650 with, 3 credit cards, a car payment, a mortgage. Person number 2 has a stronger profile, right? Given that they don't have any late payments, right, and things like that. But when it comes to credit repair, no matter if you're on the building side of things, where your credit may be, your score may be good, but you don't have much on your profile, or maybe you do have late payments, maybe you do have maxed out cards and different things like charge-offs and other things of that nature. There are ways to, number one, repair your credit and get those things removed, and there are ways for you to build up your credit report. But what's important, if you're new to the world of credit, is to determine which side of things that you're on, right? So what I invite you to do is go on annualcreditreport.com and fill out all your information and get your credit report from Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, right? Take a look at all those things. Just get familiar with how that even looks, right? And I'll come out with more videos on, different strategies around credit repair, given that that's something that I'm interested in, and building credit, because that's really the stage that I'm in still. But yeah, I use things like Credit Karma and annualcreditreport.com to keep an eye on my credit report and understand how I need to be moving strategically in order to position myself in the right way. But I do want to say that credit repair is a long-term thing. It takes time to repair credit, especially if you have negative marks. It takes time to build credit, But I think that if you're also on the journey of self-reflection and self-improvement, things like shadow work, that's the perfect thing to be doing in the back end, right? As you're getting a better understanding of self and what you want to do, and who you really are, and healing yourself in a sense of traumas and burdens that you may have been carrying. On the back end, if you're putting yourself in position, by the time you get, a clear sense of self, now you're like, hey, when it comes to my creativity, I really want to do this thing, or I want to have this impact, or I want to build this type of community, right? In addition to my creativity, I want to start this business venture. And if you, on the back end, have been improving your personal credit, setting yourself up financially, then you can take advantage of opportunities, right? So, it's just a matter of being strategic and getting an understanding first of these things. I understand that financial literacy and, credit may even be a taboo in some Black homes, just because of, lack of information and just not being as familiar with the concepts of personal finance, right? So I think it's something that we all can do a better job of sharing with each other, which is the point of this video. But with that said, wishing everybody peace, blessings, and prosperity. And I will catch y'all in the next video. All right. Peace.